Hello and welcome to my channel. I created this channel as an outlet to create and distribute stories. I hope you like them. So I'm walking down the hallway in my house, and we have a lot of windows right along the hallway. And I'm looking out at the beautiful snow that's just happened, and I see a little black thing jumping around on top of a piece of outdoor furniture. So I look out there carefully, and it's a housefly. And I'm thinking, what is a housefly doing out there? And I checked, it's 38 degrees. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that poor thing. It's in big trouble. I should go save it. And then I'm like, wait a second. If it were in my house, I would just try to get it out of my house anyway. But I did feel bad for this poor thing. What was it doing there? And I mean, it was doomed. And that made me feel kind of sad. So then I had a dream that night where I'm sitting right here, but I'm looking at the window here, and I see my barely verbal autistic son Philip standing there. And it wasn't a stress dream. It wasn't like, oh my gosh, Philip, come in or anything like that. My thought was, okay, he's good. He'll come in when it gets cold. Because at least he's that competent. But it really got me to think that the meaning of this feeling is like, we want to help everybody. We want to do everything we can. But the most important thing is that we help those people around us, those people who we know and we love, and we make sure that they're safe and happy. And then we work on the wider community. Thank you. So when Philip, my barely verbal autistic son, was younger, we used to have a lot of trouble getting him to bed. And one of the many doctors said, well, you should make sure that you have a good bedtime routine, right? So this bedtime routine, I tried to start with like reading him books, and he was okay with that, but that wasn't really great. And then once he got a little better with that, he knew it was coming, so he would refuse to even go upstairs. So in order to go upstairs to put him to bed, I had to start to make it fun. So what I would do is, I would just pick him up and have him right on my back up. But as time went on, this ritual got more and more elaborate, where I would have him there and we would run towards the wall, and then I would stop and I would turn around and I would like tap him gently against the wall. And as we would go up the stairs, we would go against each side, and he would just laugh and laugh. And it got to the point where if I didn't do every single piece exactly right, he would be really mad at me. So it ended up starting to take like 25 minutes just to go to bed by the time I picked him up and we went and did all this stuff. And it was good exercise though, because he was getting kind of heavy. And it got to the point where I was really like, oh my gosh, this has got to stop. This is a problem. But the thing is now, long after it has stopped, I look back at it and I'm like, that was great. I wish we could still do that. So it just goes to show that what you think one day is a problem, or not that it was a problem, I always loved it, but like, oh gee, I wish we could stop doing this. Then later you look back and you're like, oh my gosh, that was so great. If you enjoy my stories, please click like, and subscribe would be great. And maybe leave a comment or two. Thanks so much.